The visitor visa, subclass 600, is a temporary visa that allows people to visit Australia for tourism, business, or family visits. This visa is suitable for those who wish to travel to Australia for a short stay and is generally granted for stays of up to 3, 6, or 12 months, depending on the purpose of the visit and the applicant's circumstances. The visitor visa, subclass 600, is designed for individuals who intend to visit Australia for short-term stays. There are several categories under this visa, each with different purposes. For individuals who wish to visit Australia for tourism or a holiday, ideal for those planning to visit family or friends in Australia. For individuals traveling to Australia for business purposes, such as attending meetings, conferences, or negotiations, does not allow the holder to work or engage in paid employment. For individuals visiting family members in Australia who can sponsor them, the sponsoring family member must meet the requirements set by the Australian Department of Home Affairs. Available for tourists traveling from certain regions of China, only valid for organized tours. To be eligible for the visitor visa, subclass 600, you must meet certain criteria, which depend on the stream under which you apply. You must show that you are a genuine visitor to Australia and that you intend to leave before your visa expires. You must demonstrate that you have enough money to support yourself and any dependents during your stay in Australia. This may include providing bank statements, employment details, and evidence of financial support. You must meet basic health requirements, which may include a health examination, and provide a police certificate to prove that you are of good character. You should not have previously overstayed or violated any conditions of an Australian visa. You should have a valid passport. You should have a clear intention to visit Australia temporarily for tourism, or to visit family and friends. You must be coming to Australia for business purposes, and should not be engaging in paid work, other than attending meetings or conferences. You may need to provide details of your business activities in Australia. You must be sponsored by an eligible family member in Australia, and the sponsor must meet specific income and support requirements. The application process for the visitor visa, subclass 600, generally involves the following steps. You can apply for the visitor visa online through the IMI account on the Australian Department of Home Affairs website. Your passport must be valid for at least 6 months from the date of your intended arrival in Australia. Documentation that proves the reason for your visit, such as flight bookings, accommodation reservations, invitation letters, or business meeting details. Bank statements, salary slips, and evidence of savings to show that you can financially support yourself during your stay. Health examination results, police certificates, and other supporting documents. Passport-size photographs as per the requirements. The visa application fee for the visitor visa, subclass 600, ranges from AUD 150 to 350, depending on the stream you are applying for. You will need to pay this fee at the time of application. The processing time for the visitor visa, subclass 600, varies, but it typically takes 10 to 30 days. In some cases, it may take longer if additional documents or information are required. If your application is successful, you will be granted the visa and you will be able to travel to Australia within the visa validity period. The conditions of your visa will be listed on the visa grant notice. The visitor visa, subclass 600, has specific conditions that you must follow during your stay in Australia. You can stay in Australia for up to 3, 6, or 12 months, depending on your individual circumstances and the visa stream you apply for. The tourist stream typically allows stays of 3 months, but longer stays may be granted in some cases. The visitor visa does not permit you to work in Australia. If you want to work during your visit, you must apply for a different type of visa, such as a work visa. If you hold the business visitor stream, you may be allowed to attend business meetings, conferences, or negotiations, but you cannot engage in paid employment. You are allowed to travel freely within Australia during the visa period, but you cannot leave and re-enter Australia on the same visa. If you plan to leave Australia, you will need to apply for a new visa to re-enter. While not a strict requirement, it is strongly recommended to take out travel or health insurance for the duration of your stay, as Australia can be expensive if you need medical treatment. The visitor visa allows you to travel to Australia for a short-term visit. whether for tourism, business, or family reasons. The visa allows you to stay in Australia for up to 12 months, with flexible options for different purposes, such as tourism, business, or visiting family. The visa allows you to visit family or friends in Australia, which can be an important opportunity for reunification. The business visitor stream allows you to attend meetings, conferences, or other business-related activities without needing a separate work visa. Your application may be refused for several reasons, including failure to meet the genuine temporary entrant requirement. If the authorities believe that you may not leave Australia at the end of your stay, your visa could be denied. If you fail to show that you have enough funds to support your stay, your application may be rejected. If you have health concerns or a criminal history, you may not be granted the visa. Failure to provide the necessary documentation or providing incorrect information can lead to a refusal. If you are already in Australia on a visitor visa, subclass 600, and you wish to extend your stay, you can apply for a visa extension before your current visa expires. However, you should be aware that extensions are not always granted, and you must provide evidence of your continued eligibility. If you want to stay longer, you may need to apply for a different visa depending on your circumstances. The visitor visa, subclass 600, is an excellent option for individuals wishing to visit Australia temporarily for tourism, business, or to visit family. The application process is straightforward but requires you to meet specific eligibility criteria, including proving that you are a genuine visitor, showing you have sufficient financial support, and complying with health and character requirements.